Hello guys, so we are getting started to build our map. I have heads to modresource.com and found the map I want to work on. I have tried this and unfortunately the textures are not um, attached, so it would take too much time to make a video for this one. So I got an earlier version. This is for DS. And here's the map, and now we're going to see how it actually looks in the editor. And I want to ask you guys, what got you into Ragnarok and which year you started? Just a fun question. I would like to see in the comments below. I believe most of the people got in Ragnarok like at least 10 years ago. So I'd like to know that. And this is more like a video where I'll chat with you guys and have a good time and show you the pipeline on what I need to do to create a map for Ragnarok Online. Now I extract the files. Let's hope this one will be cool. And let's have a look. These are the sky, woods, and the object, okay. And then this. So we have the texture and the grass, the blocks. Now we are going to open the object in our Maya program. And this is a very simple map. The nice thing about this map is that if you open here and check the textures, it's already attached together. So I know which texture is going to each model. So for example, I can turn on here this option and I can already preview this cool preview here. So I have the textures, and I believe we can import all of this as one image to Browedit. Okay, so there will be no shadows, but I'd like to keep as original as possible. And I'm going to actually start to import these things. So it looks pretty cool, very well modeled, and these are using the same texture, so I can attach them together. This is one layer, 2, 3. Okay, this will be fairly easy to build. Cool. So I'm going to check on the textures first. So I have these two, and we need to convert them to BMP file format. So here I also have the water, and I would like to check on the UV editor. How is the water placed? So the water is placed like this, and we will need to fix this for sure. This is not a texture that fits Ragnarok Online, so I'm going just to adjust here a little bit. So I'm going to scale this down, maybe a little up here, and that's cool. So this will work on Ragnarok Online for sure. And what I'm going to do is to create this texture here. So what I'm going to do now is I open Photoshop and I'll drag this C1 PNG. Okay. This is not really a tutorial, but you guys will kind of see the pipeline I use to create maps and hopefully open your vision to be more creative. That website I just showed you to you guys is a huge library. You can find all types of games here, and with this knowledge you can go ahead and create yours. So Maya 3ds Max has a 30 days trial. You can use this. Some people are using Blender and converting 3Ds with the FPS converter, but I like to use 3ds Max for that procedure. And here I'll make a 1024 by 1024 texture. So here will be a little annoying, but I want to keep as original as possible. And this is the way Ragnarok Online can actually read this this file. So I need to just connect them together. So this basically a speedrun map design. Okay, so I went into the very end, and now I start to duplicate down here. So it's good to snap together. Let's just link all these textures and create one single piece of texture now. And do like this. Cool. Let me see on the 3D here. So the pattern is actually going different. Let me see if I can replicate this here. So what I'm before I link this, I want to try to reverse this image. Okay, convert. So my experience with Ragnarok Online started in like 2007, and I already started trying to create like private servers, just the offline version. Okay, let me see if this works. Okay, this is cool. So I'm going to just it's interesting the way this is reading. Maybe I should just leave as it is. Just like this. So grab your popcorn or whatever, or your lunch, and just have a good time creating a map. Oh, so here's the texture that I need. And now should looks better for us. I'm going to save as BMP. And in desktop, I'm going to find our Mario here. And now we start saving textures here. Textures. Okay. So this is a BMP. Just go ahead and save. And okay. So now I'm going to our 3ds, to our Maya. And here I will select, so let me see, so the texture is actually just there, and this is not how it should be done. And scale a lot smaller and smaller than that, and need to fit this little square right here. So this is actually, the Ragnarok will only read this part of the square. Anything that's out of it will bleach. And now I can see just a giant texture but we will replace with the one I just made it. So I go to my this UV editor, I mean the hypershade, and these are the ones already come together. And now we start to add this AI standard surface, so we can actually preview better. And here I'm going to link to the color of my image I just created. And right here we have, I was going to do DBZ map, but got some problem. And we are doing now Mario Kart. Okay. I'm going to texture and select this. Let's rename this to MK1. And we start from here. MK1 and save it. And open it. So now we have here what I usually do. So this kind of tips you just find here, because I created this. So there's something called pipeline, is how people do things. And that's how I made it. So we find our standard surface, and here we can call this to be our water. Oh, I thought I could just rename it. Anyway, so here's our standard surface, and I'm selecting this water, so I right click and assign material, and I am not on object mode. So let's go to object mode and try it again. Yes. So now it's reading the file and should display the texture. So let's see here. So I'll try on this one. Assign material selection. And now you can see that works. It's a little darker, but it looks pretty much how it should be now. And in game will be much better for sure. You can also brighten here. And we'll start to apply now these textures. Cool. So let's let me close here, and I want to create a layer. So I can create a layer here. And here, everything that's already textured, I will just put inside this layer. For example, textured. And I'll give a little color to this. Save. Okay. So let's go ahead and add select object. So now I can hide this. So this is done. Okay. So what I'm going to do as well is save this. I'm going to go to my okay, just hold on, Mario Kart, and here I will save our Mario Kart. Okay, so after I texture this everything here, it will be really easy to create the map in the game. Now I'm going to texture this huge field. So I go to UV editor and check it out. You can see this is huge, and we need to actually repeat that procedure we did to create a much bigger texture. So here you can see that it's about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 times the size of this texture. So 12 by 12, let's see how that goes. So now I get my texture here, and I drag to Photoshop, and then I go to image canvas size, And here I want to say times 12. And you can see he calculates for me already, times 12. So this is actually the size of the freaking texture, is huge. So let's do that first, and I will paste this here, and we're going to scale down later on. So let me have a look at this in here first. I was checking the reference to make sure you do well. And the spacing. Okay, it should be cool. This is a mirrored file. So actually, UV editor, this is a mirrored file. So we can split this texture and make a much smaller texture actually. I could cut right here. Or just leave like this. So, okay, let's continue. You can now see how original games make their UVs, which is really cool. Unfortunately, Ragnarok does not support scaled textures like they do, but we always have a way to fix this. And here's really nice, it's a seamless texture, and I'm going to save here right now. Also BMP, and to our textures folder. So MK2 right now. Okay. Back here, I'm going to scale this down. I could even go ahead here, arrange, and just say layout. But it broke my mesh, so just leave like that. And here looks pretty good. Cool. It's nice to leave some spacing here, because if you touch a tiny bit outside, Ragnarok is gonna give you error in game. And now we apply this texture to this piece of grass. Let's go and say UV down here, shader, and it's actually down here. Yep. So this is looking pretty messed up. Okay, what just happened here? Anyway. So now I create a new AI standard surface. And here we target our texture again. And it is down here. Here is where we can call the file name for us, so we can find easier somewhere here. Okay. Now the 3D have to be selected as object mode, and we can apply. Usually I work on the second screen, so I'm showing here today. And when it was applied, let's have a look first. It looks pretty nice. That looks really good. So now we can already add to here, to our layer. And we can turn on and off. Now we only have this part to work on. Let's have a look at this. They are already grouped all, so I might as well just group this as well. And they're all grouped at once. Yes. What I'm going to do is to navigate to my modeling toolkit and click combine. So now they're just like a single piece of geometry. And I go to UV editor, have a look at this. And where is my UV? Oh, there it is. And this is really crazy right now, guys. So I need to make this look good on this. Let's go ahead and this is mind-boggling. I'll have to scale down. So I go to my here, show up, yeah. So I have to scale down this. Probably I can hold J. No, it doesn't work. So I have to scale down. And I have to create another file for this. So let's understand what's going on here. I can go ahead to my Windows graph. There is a way to take a screenshot of this. Create edit texture, edit PSD network, I think it was this, and just pop up and closed. So let's try again. Edit, create PSD network. Let's try this one. So here saying 2048, and I think that's actually the size that we need. So let's go ahead and create our PSD. It's not giving me any option of shades. Okay. Let's then just work a little bit randomly on this. Unfortunately, I'm not being able to get the UV here. So I'll just open Photoshop and once again work with this. This two seems pretty much the same. Or one is for the sides and one is for the top view. We'll just keep one and delete this lower texture here. Cool. Nice. Let's save this. And this will require a little bit more work to get it right. Let's save this as BMP MK3. Save. And let's link here on our Maya. So UV editor, and I need this as well. I'll select this with object mode and I'll create a new AR standard surface. And here, let's add our bricks. Okay, so assign material. Now I can check. Here's the UV editor. Oh, it didn't. It did assign, yes. So now I'll move this screen a little bit to the right so I can see what's going on. Okay. We did not assign the texture yet. So let me try to do that right now. Okay. Cool. We just need some adjustment on the size of the texture. I'm not sure if I will tweak so much this, but I believe I need to scale down this a little bit. Or UV automatic. So now what I'm trying to do is like, I made them to the proper size. And I need to make these ones like rotate, and I can try orient shells. So let's just highlight all this and say orient shells. And now I can go ahead and say layout. And we can have a look how is it going. So this would give me so much work that I don't spend too much time on it to fix one by one here. But we will leave probably just like this for now. So I believe if we rotate all of these textures, will looks better. So let's just try to rotate here and layout. So for now, I will just leave like this. And I can see that I'm just taking this piece of texture. What I might just do is to combine this. Yeah, this road will be a little bit crazy to manage. As texture, there's a little grass going around. And here have a glitch. Let me see. So if I turn on here, you see this piece of texture does not look good here. I'm not sure why the original 3D is modeled this way. And I could actually fix that if I want. Do I want to fix this? No, I don't. Okay. So I have this here. I'll just leave like this for the side. We have the bridge. Okay, let's work on the bridge. UV editor, and here's the bridge. Again, we need to do this. Is a old game, and that's how they modeled. But we just scale this down. Okay, and just make a little bigger of this texture. Is this for the side of... No, these ones are for the side, the bridge. Let me see again. Oh, nice. So this one is this one. Okay. This one is this. Okay, let me just think how I'm going to do this bridge. For the bridge, I might just make a new UV set. UV, camera based. Just make a new UV set. I'm looking for unfold and now I found. So I unfold this. These aren't connected, which sucks. If I model this bridge, it's just gonna be even faster to build this. Okay, we need to fix this. Okay, target route. Now it's connected. Okay, now why is not connected? I literally just connected there. It's not for real, right? It is connected. All right. Now it looks connected. And I also need to camera base this one. I'm not sure how they model this for real. Oh no, another side is also... Really, they model like this. Yeah, this is the pipeline and you need to be patient. Everything will be fine. So now target weld. Cool. Let's start to connect all this. Stitch together. It's not stitching together. No, that's not for real. It's not for real, guys. Wow, that's how they model this 3D. All right. Now we have a nice bridge texture. Can I stitch together now? Not yet. Anyway, this will do. So now I know that this is the upper part and this is the upper part. And I can just add a line and try to create this here. Okay. So let's save this. Oh, save it. And go back to Photoshop. Now I have this. And I know the texture is like this. Let me try to make the PSD file. No. I need to select object. And now, hopefully, yes. So I have color, apply, apply. Okay. So have created a file for me. And the PSD file should be here. Let me see. Come on. So create. Yes. Where is my file? Where is source images for real? So we should just go with UV snapshot. I know this one works. And then we can see actually where we are coloring this bridge. So I'm going to add here to my desktop textures and call here MK4. Let's just do like this. And we have our MK4 here. Where? Okay, apply. Nice. Now I just open this and we can see what we're doing. So usually I'll create a black texture so I can preview the lines. Okay. So here's all the lines that we have. And now I can easily Google here, for example, bridge wood texture. Or just wood texture. And let me try stylize it. Let's just make a different bridge. I like this. I'm going to just drag to my texture folder and let's use this then. So I want to make smaller this whole texture. Now we can go a lot smaller actually. We can go to split by 4. Yeah, 512. And it's calculating. And now when we place the texture here, you can see that it's much better. No. So the line should always stay above. And we need to find a way to connect these two wood texture. Now they're connected together, and I can duplicate up here, and this bridge will look a lot better for sure. So I can duplicate more times. Okay. And I can duplicate to the side one of this. Okay. As well, was a little brighter the bridge, so let me lock this layer and select this first. Of course, I don't want the first one, and combine. So I'll make more bright, just like it was in the game. And in the side of the bridge, I want to make a little darker. Or even nicer, if I get where I need to get this piece of texture and just brighten this area. It's brighten like this. So Control, I need to rasterize layer, Control M, and brighten here. Cool. I think this will be nice enough for the bridge. And I will save this texture without this part. And here I'll call MK4. Cool. So now we can assign this texture to our 3D. Finally. UV editor. No shader. And I have the shader on the side of my screen. I'm going to add AI standard surface. Just check. And with the model selected, I'll just go ahead and assign the material. And now all the changes I'm doing the side of the screen, just like before, it will display immediately. So I have added a color texture. Now I'm heading to my texture folder to pick up this one. And let's have a look what's happening here. We can fix now by the UV editor. Select our 3D, and here is actually, I couldn't see over there. So now that is connected to our Photoshop, I can simply extend this file right here. Let me try again. Okay, that should help to keep things proportional. Now let's save back to BMP and see the changes here. And apply it really fast. Now I realize that this part of the bridge is taking the brighter color, and that's not what I want. But the sides are correct, just the upper part here. So I select just this part of the texture, and in UV editor I can see that yes, true, this is here, and we can move a little bit to somewhere else, maybe about here. And now you can see that the problem has been fixed, And this is going to be our bridge for our Mario Kart map. It looks a lot more realistic. You can do this to any texture here, like a better water texture. I don't want to use Ragnarok water for this. I want to keep really like classic, and I pretty like how this all looking so far. Let's save. We are almost done. Now I just have the road, which is a very difficult part of the map actually. And for the road, I might need to use my substance painter, because there I can add the grass and I can add these dirties as well, and create just one single piece of texture. Shall we try that? So I'm going to launch my substance painter. Okay. And here we need to convert this to. So I might as well just combine them together. Now I'm thinking if I should use Substance Painter to do this. So let's go to UV editor. I'll try that. And on the UV editor, we just need to make this smaller. And I need to select here this. I have to move down. And this, I should move down together. Okay. Now I have this two. I should move up. Now I can scale down all of this. Until it fits our texture size. So for this one, I think I need to do a 2048 by 2048 or 1024, I think we'll do. And let's check it out. I want to make sure what side is the grass. So the grass is from this straight area here. So here would be our grass, and all around this will be our grass. I believe the connecting parts here don't need to be grass. Oh no, don't need. So only the side area, and that will be it. I want to know what piece of texture was the one. There was a different part here in the map before. Okay, I just don't want to spend that time to find it right now, but I was going to kind of fix it. Okay, so now I have this two. I need to assign a new texture so they can read in Substance Painter. And now I'm just going to export selected. And right here, I'm going to just say desktop and textures. Let's export here saying This is the road, MK road. Okay, so we know what we're doing. And on Substance Painter, I have to create a new file, and this is the document res. I go to desktop and find locate to my file, which is this, and say okay. Now we should have our texture showing here, as you can see. And there is a little thing missing. Let me have a look. So yes, this was missing. Sucks. So we need to do it again. Okay. Now I go to let me hide this first. Actually, I could use as well just Photoshop, honestly. I can use Photoshop for this. I was going to hide this so I can grab all of this. Oh, here I didn't move down there. So let me try to fix this. I think this should be here. Here's where the mistake was from the grass. And this should be connected to that. Okay. So now I select all of this. I can actually go ahead here and combine. So there are just one piece of texture now. Okay. Okay, this is looking cool. We are almost done. We just needed, after this, we need to do this part of the ground. And I should do it actually immediately together. So I'm going to combine this as well. Combine. And this huge texture right here, I'm going to export together. So I decided not to use Substance Painter, but I can show you, try to show you that I can paint over, like for example, I can say grass. I need to download the grass, but I can say ground, and then I can just like apply this to the whole 3D. And now my 3D actually disappeared. Frame, okay. So you can see I just applied to the whole 3D. And I can go ahead and create a new layer or a new color layer and add a mask. And from here start painting over so I can change this to be like a grass color. and then I can paint over here. See, so like this I can make the grass around the road, and he automatically will give me this texture, but we're going to do this in Photoshop now. I decided I want to keep as close as possible to the original map, so there's no other way around than hard work. Now I'm going to scale this down. This is probably the most difficult part of creating a map. So just leave around here, scale down a little bit more. Okay, so now I know that this is that, and I can just texture all this in Photoshop. So what I'm going to do is just like before, textures, image, and UV snapshot is the best, and say apply, and let's overwrite the one before. I wonder how many people will actually make until here, but I don't want to cut anything in this video. So now I play this, and of course that's not proper, as I was not combining this together. Let's go ahead and combine. Oh, it is combined. So let's try again to export this. Textures and UV snapshot, apply, overwrite. Hopefully now it works. Yes. Now we need to find our textures for the ground and for the grass. So I'm going to bring this to Photoshop. And let's place just about the right place here. And I don't want to lose the resolution in this. So what I'm going to do is to move a little bit this part up. This should be just about right. And now I start to duplicate this file until I cover the whole area. Just like that. Okay. Here we can mask this part. So I can just mask here, easy. And there's one more to go. And here we have the dirt, and the dirt should be this. So we need to add grass on the straight area here. All right. Now we can apply this texture and see how it looks. Oh, as well, I was forgetting this. I could even scale a little bit this. And let's say something like this. Yeah, I don't need these ones. Okay. Now that we cover all the texture there, we should try the BMP file and this MK5. Okay. And now we apply to the model here to see how it looks. So I'm going to create a new AI standard surface to test it out our file. And here I will bring this to texture. These require like a lot of concentration to do, and time to time I get confused on what I'm doing, but just keep doing it, and we realize how good we are, you know. So now I need to assign this texture, let's see, and holy, this looks so good. This looks so good in one single texture right now. I have something like this. I could adjust here a tiny bit. So in UV editor, I can move this a tiny bit. Just enough to cover this area. So I could scale up and move like this. Scale down. Something like that, right? That would be cool. And now we have it. What else do we need to do? Did we just wrap up everything? So let's see. Here I want to show this. And this is really bugging my mind, but now it looks better. I could adjust something here. I could connect better this part of the texture, but you know, I don't spend that much time. Small details that you guys might want to fix in the future. I could actually remake this whole part of the design here. But then texture again. Let's leave like this and hope someone one day do the work. I'm just kind of showing you that anything is possible in Browedit, especially the Browedit 3. But the combination of all is the best. And like I like how the texture is looking here. Can you see that it's really well connected, but not as well connected here? So I really want to try fixing this part. And if I choose, so now where's my UV editor? Here. So this is actually that. And it's not the problem of this part, but this part is getting the grass and should be a tiny bit smaller. So if I make a tiny bit smaller, we can see if it's connected better. Probably all around here as well. And let's see. Now it's already fixed. You can see there's not like a crazy line here. And this is pretty much perfect. Cool. We just like, I would say, destroy this map to make it work on Ragnarok, but it's still looking pretty awesome, I believe. And if you create a texture like this actually in Browedit, it would take just too much time to model the texture. Or I could make just like a huge texture anyway. How to set up like this part of the river. So what I'm doing is just to bring the whole 3D inside the game. And before I continue, I want to be slightly crazier. I have seen here, if I return one page, this Mario Kart 8, and let me see if I have here on downloads, or I can just download again. Yes, so I will download this 3D just to extract the Mario Kart 8 right here. and we will add on the map that we have. Also, this is looking so much better, but they haven't connected the UVs, so I'll just have a look and see what I can do about it. I'll save first of all, and I will bring our 3D there. So I think it's still downloading. While it's still downloading, I will just start to import this first then. And I could even try to make the whole stage in once, like one single 3D file to all, or I can import smaller files. Maybe I will break in 2 different files, but what I can do is export all together first. So I'm not being able to select my whole map for some reason. I'm not sure why. Oh, now I can. So I have turned on there something. And now I can grab the whole map. Let's separate this into, well, I just try to bring all at once because there is not many texture anyway in this 3D, so should be fine. I'm going to go ahead and go File and Export Selection, and right here I'm going to say MK. That will be the name of the map, MK. And I would just say to export right here. Now I am on 3ds Max. I need to bring that map here. So I'm going to my desktop on the second screen and just bring that model here. mk.fbx, and I place the model here. So a lot of things might happen right now because how can I explain to you? Sometimes you convert 3D models and things get out of place. In that case, I'll have to bring 3D by 3D and then inside the game just combine them together. What I'm going to do now is to head up to my texture folder, and here we have all the textures that we need to run our map. And after I convert, it actually needs to be flipped texture. So what I'm doing first is this we don't need. We have all these as BMP, and I'll just create a folder saying for row, and inside this folder I will just copy and paste, and now we start to flip these textures vertically. Okay, I'll do this even with these 2 textures because I want it to look exactly the same as I see here, and you understand that in a little moment. For now I'm dragging. I'll close all these textures first. Okay, and I'll drag all these ones. So now it's a really simple procedure. Go to image and then rotation and flip canvas and save. and repeat the procedure to every other texture. Okay, and now all our textures has flipped vertically, and these ones are the ones to test and attach right now on 3ds Max. What I do is to combine here the textures, and we need this called legacy to in order to run in Ragnarok Online. But there are no legacy textures because after a while Autodesk, the creator of 3ds Max, Maya, Revit, those programs, they changed to Skyline to Arnold render, and for Ragnarok we need to change to Skyline rendered. Then right here I can find legacy texture. So there are a total of 5 textures for now, and I will just create 5 patches. Okay, and now I'll start to attach these textures into the patches. So this is the first one. I need to bring one by one, and I start attaching them to the patches. Okay. It does look like a lot of work, but once you understand the pipeline, it's very clear in your brain what you need to do. Just sometimes we struggle with doing something. Every time you get something new come up that you don't expect. So you just need to keep persisting, because this is like an art in Ragnarok, and I love to see the custom maps that people are doing. So now I can just go ahead and start to apply the texture. You can see this perfectly for Ragnarok Online. And then I can just start to apply, and later we can convert our 3D model and see how it looks in game. If it's not out of place at all, we can just import the whole object to the game at once. So right here, this is for the side here. If spend some time, can easily fix this parts, but it's still looking great. The bridge, let's find the bridge texture, just here. And then the grass, it's this one. And then the water is this one. Okay, so now we completely tidy the 3D model to add on our Ragnarok Online. I'm going to save, just in case we want to modify in the future, it would be easy. Now I go to my folder and just save right here, and this is for RONK map. Okay, so now I save it 3ds file, and later I will export as .3ds and not like editable. Okay. So now I downloaded this file that I wanted. Let me just head to download. And something went wrong. Let me see. Resume. It happens on the first time before, but let's try to make this work this time. I just want one single part of that map. Okay. So inside this folder, I'm going to create a new folder that is MK8, Mario Kart 8. And we try to work with this file. It's a very big file. So extract here. And now we have another like hundreds of texture. And there are some nice trees we can totally import to Ragnarok Online, and this is what I need. It's definitely what I need. They do very beautiful texture. Okay, let's see if I can figure out how we can do this. I'll try to import the whole file. And this is like one single file, to be honest. And here I just need this part of the map. So now it's very difficult to navigate around, but all I need is this part of the map. And let's try, I want to see UV editor and shader. So I don't believe we can see the texture as it's not attached. But this is the UV map, everything combined in one single model. And this is insane. That's how they made the map for Mario Kart. Wow. Wow, this is crazy. Really beautiful work. So what I do now is to just try to grab this part of the map. So I'm going to delete everything that's around it. Or I can select this piece of texture first, and then holding shift I can switch, and then I just have this part of the map first to work on. So now I could, so I don't want the plants, I just want this part right here. And I can actually delete like this, which is really handy. There are also where the cars go for starting, which is really cool. So if I haven't deleted, I will just try to keep it. Okay. So these plants are nice, but we just don't need them. Okay, I want to make it clean as possible. Such impressive work they had here. And did I just delete this part of the... Yes, I did. Okay. No plants. All right, this will do. We can bring these guys a little upper, a little bit. And Mario Kart. Okay, this Mario Kart I want to separate from the lower part. So I'm trying to grab the whole Mario Kart first. And they made it in a very difficult way to actually deal with this. Um, Now I'm thinking how I'm going to do this. Okay, these ones are connect. Okay, now I know how I'm gonna do this. Okay, but that one is not connected the way I thought. So I guess I'm going to delete this one. Or no. Yeah, it gave me a solution. To grow one. I forgot how to grow selection in. Oh yes, here. So now I grow one. And that works. Okay, perfect. This one I can try to say combine. No needs. Okay. EV editor, I need to get this too. Maya is really nice program, but there are so many weird stuff. Every time I open this window, it's so out of place. But here we go. So now I have this, and this. I will select inverse and almost. So I have this tree, I'll move upwards. Okay. And then I will duplicate this file. So Ctrl J. Oh no. To duplicate, I need to actually move upwards. And now all I want to do is to get the Mario Kart. And now we have just the Mario Kart. And of course I need to delete this. And this one I will just delete it. Now we have successfully make the file, and I can move this back to where it should be. Okay. So now I have successfully separated the file, and I can apply the texture to this, and that's pretty much what we need. So I go to Mario, and then here everything seems pretty good. So in shader, I just need to create a AI standard surface again. And right here, I'm going to add the texture that we just got from here, which is this one. So instead, I could send to Photoshop, and then I don't need to make a square out of this. So let's do it now. I'll do 820 by 820. Then paint everything black. And here is gonna call MK6. And for our side here, I'm not sure what texture he's actually using. It could be this. And it could be this. We can just try it right now, really fast, so we can find out what texture this is using. And then let's open this first and assign this material. And actually, whoa, this is the one straight away. This is amazing. So let's go to our UV editor, and you can see here that this is pretty good. We need to fix this. This is not gonna be nice on Ragnarok. So I'm not sure where is this actually. So it's coming from this one right here. And there's a little, tiny little. Oh, that was from the plant before. So we can just go ahead and delete it. I mean this. But everything else is look pretty good. You can see. These are for here. So I would like to make it white. So what I can do here is to select all of this and all of this. And here we'll make smaller as possible. And we could just make a color actually, or maybe a yellow. Yellow is nice. And that will do for now. As well, I want to bring this tiny bit up. Okay. And now we can apply our Mario Kart texture. So they did scale like that, and we need to do a little adjustment, but it should be fine. And let's create another AI standard surface. Here we'll choose our Mario Kart texture that we actually saved in BMP already. So we also need to save this this one. Let me see. I'm just looking at the file. SFC. This one we need to save on our folder as BMP and also rotate it. Now I have the texture folder and I can call this MK 7. Okay, and that should be a BMP, and I think it was. Okay, so now I do need to apply the logo texture to see how it's looking. Okay, so you can see that they have stretched it a little bit, the texture, but there's always a fix. So I want to close this shoe and open again. Nice. Now we try to just do this until everything fits. I think that's about it. And now you can see that we have made our Mario Kart start. And this is so cool, so cool. Okay, so now I can return here and you can see that we can place there in that area. It's a very small looking 3D, but should be fine. And file, export, selection. And right here, I'm going to export to MK2. Start. And now I can bring to our 3ds Max as well and prepare the file for Browedit. So here I'm going to import or just drag. I can drag the file. And the file is, let me just see my video, still recording, yes. And my file is mk2 start. I can bring to 3ds Max. Anywhere will do. Okay. So I hope it doesn't get the access of this 3D model. Just we can apply here, there are 2 textures. So I'm going to apply in the shader 2 random textures, as it doesn't matter, I'll link again later. And then I'll apply another different texture. And later I can just pick the right one. Cool. So I'm going now to start to export things. Let's start with this one. No, let's start with the stage. I'm just going to export all of this at once and see what happens. So file export. And here is where the fun starts, or where you will get really stressed. So I go to my desktop and find the Mario. And here we create a new folder called 3ds. I will start to name our 3D, so stage. And I'll just let's say MK1 actually. MK1, 2 and 3. And then is asking to preserve the textures that we chosen and say yes. Right here, we could scale it up, I think. You know, just to don't need scale up so much in game. And then I can go ahead, file, export selected, and just say MK2, save, perfect. Now, we can open our Browedit 586. But first, I want to add the textures that I just created. Okay. So there are 1 to 7 and equal mk1.bmp. This is how I do it. So I will go to my speedrun and here I will call mk1. And then I'll paste it 7 times. After that, I'll just change to 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and delete this. So now we have linked it to the Browedit 586. I can actually open my SpeedBraw. Right here, I make sure it's in the correct folder, and I have I supposed to be speedrun. Let me just have a quick look at the file. So it's speedrun, and then the name of the texture. So I'll drop inside speedrun. Okay. I'll select all of this. And we haven't flipped these textures yet. So let me check. We do need to flip these 2 textures. So I bring to Photoshop. Quick flip and save. And now I can drag to my GRM. So under textures, I will add to the same path that I chosen before. And we have linked it successfully. Now we can convert the 3D models to see in game. And this is where I actually finger cross that will work, because it's really tedious sometimes. And hopefully we'll get right in the first place. Otherwise, we need to break the 3D models in many different models. And that's not what I want. So now I go to our desktop. And here I want to look for for here, and then our 3ds files, and then we need to convert these files to the game file, which are the 3D files, right? And we have it converted. Now RSM editor to pick the texture. So here you can see that it's telling me what is what. So MK4. So I need to go into Ragnarok and then my speedrun folder and find MK4, which is this. And if I hold shift, I should be able to move and see the map. But let's add first MK1. So now I can see that this has moved together, and that's actually a problem, guys. And also the stage is not in the right place, so we're gonna fix that too. So MK3, you can see that this is floating, and that's not cool. And there is some glitching as well. MK5, and so it's interesting because these files, these two are connected together. So I'm going to export in 2 different pieces, and we need to manage to just position them together in game, and that should be fine. So now it's nearly perfect, you can see. And of course we should have exported separately that one, so there was a mistake right there. But let's open our second one to have a look. So this is just requesting us to have the Mario Kart logo. This one. And I believe we haven't flipped the texture properly yet. So let's see. Mario Kart is fine, but I'm afraid I flipped this texture twice. So for this file, we got it right. And we can now just work on it. So let's see the original file first. And this is the original file, and this is the flipped file. So it's interesting that the file didn't get properly, except I flipped it before and I didn't know it. So I'm going to replace this, and I guess this will work next one. And now we export it again, but let's change a little bit things here. So this and the stage, which are 2 files, you can see right here, these 2 are going separate. So let's go File, Export Selected, and now we change this to be MK1, and these are MK2 with the bridge. So File, Export Selected, and let's bring the bridge here, MK2. And our MK3 will actually be this one. And we actually already have converted, and I believe it's doing fine. So I'm just going to rename this to MK3. Now we have to convert the first two again. File, open GRF, and then here convert, and we convert these two. So I go to RSM editor, open, and mk3 is the file that I need. mk3 and mk5. So now we have done this right, which is good. And I can go ahead and save. Okay. Now I open the second one, and here's where things can crash. But let's try it. And here should be, which one? 2. And we have the stage, and it's looking pretty good, I would say. Nice. So I can save this. And the next thing we need to do is to let me think, to open the third one. And let's test it. MK, this one should be the logo, right? Oh, this one. And this time it looks proper. Okay, and the logo. So now let's have a look at this. It does look fine. Well, that's a little weird actually. Have I updated my GRF? I believe not. So I need to update my GRF with the flipped texture. And this MK7. So let's try that and save. Now we convert once again, and then we can use in Browedit 3. So file, just RSM editor. Okay, now try it once again, and yes, we made it. This is exactly what I wanted. So we have made our Mario Kart start here. And that's cool. All right, so I save it and hope everything is going to be good in Browedit. Now that I have saved the files, I can preview in my GRF, and I can simply bring my RSM files to my GRF. And then here I have models Speedrun, and here I can see my 3D models. You see all the work we have done to get to here, and easily, create the map into Browedit. Hopefully it's pretty clean 3D model. Now I save, and we can launch our Browedit 3. What I'm usually do. So remember, I'm just showing like the pipelines. I'm not like teaching you how to do. It's just how I do, right? And I have my Browedit 586. I have saved it here my GIF. So I bring to my client side and just replace it. So now it's updated. And right here, I can simply run the server and test it. So I'll open my Browedit tree, and if we can manage to make it, then I can close all the 3D programs so my computer will not get so hot. I'll create a new map file, and in this new map file, I want to say 100 by 100. Is this too small? I'm thinking. So I'm going to try 180 by 180. And this I'll call MK speed run. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So there, never make too long name maps, as you might know, like find some errors in game. You can load the map. It's because the name length goes over 11 or 12 characters, and that doesn't work in Ragnarok. So I created the map, and now I need to attach here, and I can already test my 3D models. But first, I want to know around what size the character is, so I can decide things. And I remember making my SpongeBob map. So if I open my SpongeBob map, SpongeBob has nearly the same size of a character in game. So what I'm gonna do is copy and paste. So I have pasted him here, and this is the size of character. And now I don't need this map anymore. Okay, so I'm going to file, and then just I want to save this map. File, save, and we can soon test in our game this map. So let's just bring the 3D files here. I'm very looking forward to see how this is going to behave inside the game. But so far, it should be really, really good. And I'm looking for my speedrun folder. And you can already see here our 3D models that we actually need. So I'm going to bring first this, and it's pretty small right now. We probably need to scale by 10, and by 10 is still like a pretty big file. So let's try to scale it. Let's see how SpongeBob is in here. So I bring it here, and then I grab my SpongeBob, and I want to bring it here. So actually this seems to be a good size for the map. Can you picture like 10 players behind this line, and they're running to go here in a race? I can picture that, and I think it's looking pretty awesome. Well, I will actually try to create the map as it is right now, and I would like to center this the best way I can. So to center this, I could scale here, and I can move in this this looks like pretty center to me. Now I have to bring this second one and also scale it to 10. Okay. So I'm going to bring this up here, and I need to find the perfect match for this map. And this will be maybe a little difficult, but we can manage to do it. So now now I need to see that something has to go down a little, or this come up. And now I check here, and still need a tiny little bit adjustment. It will be a little bit difficult to match perfectly, but I'll try as best as I can. I could go and put some Ragnarok plants. Maybe that will looks good too. And we are nearly connecting these two 3D models. Okay, I want to bring down just a tiny bit. At some point we need to make it this match, and I believe it's nearly perfect match. I think I need to bring like the smallest tiny bit to this side. And this seems connected to me. What do you guys think? Maybe it's like so small, not connected right there, but it should be pretty good right now. Okay. Now we can add the stage, this start point, and here it is. Also, it looks decent in size. So usually we need to rotate, but this will be, I want Mario to be this side, which is pretty good. So in reality, do they go this way or do they go this way? And I'm not sure of that. So I could check on the reference, and so the bridge is on the top, and right now our bridge is on the bottom, and the start sign is here. So I'll just keep the reverse way, it's fine. And I'll increase this to be perhaps 1.5, maybe 2. And now we have our Mario Kart, you know, like start. And this looks pretty nice. Look at that, guys. This map is looking so nice. So SpongeBob has to go up a bit. And we will need to set up the gets with the auto get. So what I'm doing first is to select the model, and I don't want the gets to go on top of this, and I do want the gets to go on top of this. And unfortunately, this is also targeting the gets, but fine, we can fix the gets around this area. We will just go to the gets, edit, and auto get this for now. And we can already test this mapping game. So I need to, oh, that was pretty quick. I'll leave us auto get. And let me save first. And I can make this completely non-walkable first. And now just work on the walkable areas. So about here. Oh, it got SpongeBob. Okay. Totally forgot this dude. And I do need to fix this get, so I just click auto get again. I should just have copied the get, honestly, but I made this right. So it's okay. So now let's just scale this. Okay. So we need to add this mapping game. Okay. So here I'll just kind of paint where I think people could walk. And I don't want to spend too much time on it. I'm very excited to see like servers using this map, honestly. It's really cool to know the people using my maps that I'm making for free. And some people already using my SpongeBob map, Super Mario map, and now Mario Kart. So here we are, just kind of painting where the characters can walk. And this should be quite fast. So I don't want to spend too much time in it. You come here and then you know, touch up. And there is a shortcut. There is a shortcut. People might not know it, but Mario always have a shortcut. And that's the shortcut. I made it. So people can actually walk through there. Okay. And make sure this video is still being recorded. That will be a massive file. And I really need to add the map so we can test in game before messing up something. There is another shortcut. Or I'll just leave one, it's fine. So players can walk here. And we are almost done. This is a really long editing, but not as long as I imagined it would be when I was thinking to create the Dragon Ball map. I think that one would have taken maybe quite a few hours, like 7 hours. And this one we are nearly done already. It's just like want to have a good time editing this map and bring some joy to people who like this game. Just showcase that anything is actually possible. And you can see this. So now we almost done the round. Cool. This looks really cool. I cannot wait to see in game and my character actually being able to walk here. And we just need to finish the gas. Cool. So now we have all these gats. And here we go. Ta-da! We can save this. Let's add to our game and test it out. So usually, we need to I forgot exactly where do we need to update that. So let me see if it's still showing here. Open recent, and I have maps Tina, and this is my emulator. Yes, so here one place that we need to put, and this is MK Speedrun, right? So let's go ahead and say MK Speedrun. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yes. And we open recent. Maps Tina. Maps Tina. So I need to, the second thing I need to look for is map index, emulator DB map index. So let's check it out. Emulator DB is in the import folder. Emulator DB map index. Yes, from import folder. And then I just need to MK Speedrun. And one last place that we need to change, it's our map cache. And for this one, we just need to drop file open. So now we are not in the right folder. Here, B, import. And here I can go to data. And we go to our MK Speedrun. And we have here 108 by 180 map size. Save this so I can run the server. Yes. Run server. I believe that we need to update our Browedit this grf into the client, and then we can simply test our map. Now it's running server. Just wait a little bit. I'll make sure sound system is muted, and perfect. Now I'm going to run our Rag.exe and test the mapping game. Here is loading some files I made the other day for this server Ragnarok. You can now see the showcase. I made all in a similar procedure, but these things I modeled by myself, and I made these icons in the stage. So now we are going to warp to MK Speedrun. And we are on the map already. And this is actually looking pretty cool. It can be adjusted. I just don't want to spend too much time on it. But let's see it from here. Should we flip this so people can take a screenshot here with their characters? Or should we leave the Mario Kart just like that? But in game, this is the way around, so I believe I'll flip this 3D. And so far it's looking pretty nice, nothing crashes or glitches. And we have the start signs here, which I like. Let me see. We can make the minimap already. Pretty easy. Actually, like, if I move the textures a bit here, I could align pretty well. The bridge is looking nice. So imagine like a mod in Ragnarok where you can just compete like a backpack or run or something. What I'm going to do now, if you haven't joined yet my Discord group, I recommend you joining. And here I'm going to share my screenshots of the Mario Kart. So I'm going to take a screenshot right here. So print screen, and I'll drop into my Discord. And see what people say. I need some water and a little break. I like to add signatures to my map. And I have the signatures already made. And I'm going to add that right now. So it's very up to date now. Yeah, no cuts. This is how we do it. Showing the entire procedure of this editing. No one sees yet, but this is my Discord, and people have their sections where they're asking for help or in Portuguese, and there are some showcases that I have done here. Mine, and there's a map showcase from this dude, and this Pride. You can also promote your servers here, and there's about almost 200 people in here, 96, so like about 150. And you have different languages. If you like Spanish better, you can come here and talk Spanish, Korean, Japanese is no yet, some Chinese, and Tagalog or Portuguese, and then English. So everything really well organized here. Got all my tutorials. Just showing you a little bit of my Discord. So all my tutorials, and mouse here, useful links, and All right, so going back to where we were. Now I want to flip that 3D model, and here I can simply give a minus sign, or I can rotate it 180 degrees if he accepts my input. So just try to do manually then, 180 degrees. And well, if I actually rotate 180 degrees, it's not exactly what I want. Let me try to scale it here. But now it's not really accepting my input for some reason. Since everything in the map already works, I'm going to close the 3D files as it's taking too much of my computer memory. And now it's not inputting. So I'll close this map and open again. So I need to open and PK, MK Speedrun, open it. And now hopefully I can just insert the numbers. Yes. So one of these will actually flip Mario. I'm not sure if that will work at all. Okay, it should be this. And that's cool. That's actually what I wanted. And so far the map looks pretty nice. I need to get the screenshot for the minimap. So I go up here and I get screenshot for the minimap. I wish I had made the map the way around, as the original is actually like this. But let's just go with it, okay? So I go up here and I shouldn't highlight anything. And right here I need to so now I need to open the map again because I'm selecting a 3D and I do not want to select any 3D for this. So go back to top view. And when about here, I'll just go to take our snapshot. So I'll save at this resolution fine. Desktop and save. When I drag and drop the map to my GRF, I can extract the map texture. So for example, I am in client and data, and I'll drag my MK Speedrun. Okay, and I'll drag this to the map data. And right here, I can simply get the minimap. So I save this first. And we need to lay out our minimap just like we see here. So I'll export a preview image. And in desktop, I'll just drop it here. So now I have these two files, okay? Just make sure it's recording. Yes. I have these two files, and I'll bring to Photoshop. And we should honestly close this. Close all. Okay. And here now we bring this. What I'm going to do is to make this image an RGB color, and then the image size I want to make ×3. So this will be my minimap. And I'll bring this map above it and make it 50% opacity so I can adjust until it fits. So it's a bit of manually work, but fine. So something like that will already be pretty good. Now I can set back to 100% and I can maybe change the brightness a bit, maybe a bit darker, so it will be easier to see in game. Now I can save this as BMP. So MK Speedrun BMP. In desktop, I can just save it. Yes, I want to replace. Cool. And now we have our minimap done. When I go to data, I can bring to texture, and right here I have the GeoBridge name, and here I have map. So once I insert it here, it's already all good. Okay. Now that we've done that, I can delete this PNG file. Okay. And we can test in game again. But first, I like to always add a signature of my maps. So I'm going to speedrun. I'm going to open my SpongeBob once again. And down here, I have a signature. So if I look closely, I can find something that's non-named SpongeBob. Here. So these two files. I'll copy these two files, paste it right here. So they are right here. And I'll just leave it about there. Okay. So when people look at my GRF files, they can see my signature. And I can simply go file and save. Wait. File and save. Done. Now I can already open my server and just test it. And back to client. Let's log in here. And now we have it like just like that. So I'll leave like this, and people can always switch. I could also place 2 times the Mario Kart, so it's always facing to the right direction, but I'll leave like this for now. And you guys already have this amazing Mario Kart map, which matches pretty much with Ragnarok. Uh, Such a nostalgic game. Let's try to find our shortcut. So if I go speed, now we need to find our shortcut. Somewhere. I remember somewhere there's a shortcut. It's not in here. Okay, I don't remember where was it. And let me see in Browedit. So there was a shortcut. And it is here. Okay. So if I go back here, now you can see the minimap there. And it should be here. Or here. Yes. Here. Okay. So after this curve, so like people will be going from here, and then they can cut just like that. Yeah, so there's a shortcut, and done. Is this the Mario map? I think I covered pretty much everything. There was a black texture, but because this map is really big, see, there was a texture issue, but didn't really affect the map. It's not really a problem. You see, it's just that it's cutting a piece of the geometry to fit on the windows. But this map is pretty perfect. And that's pretty much it. Let's see how it looks on the GRF. So now I'm going to open my GRF again. Just drop our updated files here, MK Speedrun. And here I can just drop them to data. And now we can preview the map. So you can see that this map. And guys, my voice is like, whoa, I talked so much during this video. But it's mind-blowing that in this little time I made this map, isn't it? So I'm going to make a proper video showcasing this and upload to you guys. This is Mario Kart map made for Ragnarok Online. Let's see my Discord. People are probably asleep because I live on a different time zone. But I also want to screenshot this. And this time I'm going to send on Retina. So I go to Retina here, and I will just drop this on off topic. All right. This was a great video. I don't even need to cut at all. How many hours this was? And guys, like, now I'm just chatting to you guys. My YouTube have reached 650 subscribers. Thank you to everybody that is supporting. So 649 subscribers at the moment of this video. And you can see I have uploaded custom maps that you can download. I have here how to add sky maps. I also have here another tutorial how to add your custom maps and a lot more. Everything you see in here, I'm teaching on separate topics. Now the After Effects was not really bumping, but in the future I might continue to produce this content. I have more Ragnarok stuff here, a game that I used to play, and Ragnarok again. Look how many Ragnarok videos I have uploaded. So it's insane. And that's it. Now I'm going to oh nice, this is a new feature in Discord. I don't know. Anyway, now I'm going to stay here, produce the next videos, have a break. This will be a video without cuts. And cheers, guys. I appreciate everybody, each of you that watch the whole video. See the struggle in front of your eyes, but you practice and you can get to this level. So cheers. I'll see you on the next video. Speedrun here, the one and only. Bye bye.